Hi Bruno,
Hi,
thanks for having me here.
nice to see you.
How are you?
Everything okay? Thank you.
Are you well?
I'm okay. And you?
Good, good.
Good.
We've got a couple of days before the whole season finishes. That time when you can maybe have an assessment and look back on it. How are your feelings about it so far?
Look, we're feeling that Wolves, it's our home. That's
Yeah.
what I feel. I think that's the most important thing. After 1 year, it was the best thing to do for my career, and it is a big pleasure to be here, working with these people, working with these players, and working for these fans, because these fans, they are amazing since day one. The way they support us all season, they're amazing. So after 1 year, I feel like that I'm home.
There are very few, only 20 of you as head coaches in the Premier League, which is clearly one of the biggest in the world. Do you feel privileged and happy when you say you feel at home? Is that what it is, a sense of pride?
Yeah, a sense of pride that the big challenge come in the good moment in my career, and I think me and my staff, we did a good job. And as you know, everyone dreams about to have opportunity to play in Premier League. So the dream is not just about to be here to represent this big club, but also to compete against 19 big clubs with top players and top managers. So I think it was the best experience I can have in my professional life.
The fans have got to know you obviously already, and they've enjoyed what you've produced so far this season, but they don't know your coaching staff too well. Are you going to introduce us to them?
We have time to. We are working about the next game, as you know. So the next game, it's against this
Liverpool.
team. You know this team. You know
Maybe.
these players. You know this manager. You know what they are doing. So the next 5 years. So
Don't give your secrets
and
away.
we are here to prepare everything. So we can start from here. So you know, it's Luis Nascimento. I know he's my brother, but beside that, he have a long career as a manager. He worked also in Benfica for 14 years. He also worked with Carlos in Rio Ave, and now he joined us in this adventure in Wolves. After his Alex, and you can see how we work. It's here, and he's tried to control everything what happened in the training. So after that, him and Carlos do the analysis what we did in the training. Alex also have a lot of experience in the youth. He worked in Benfica, he worked in Sporting. He joined me in the B team when I arrived to Portugal. He went also to the first team for Benfica, and after he comes with me. Here is Johnny. The two analysts is Johnny and Diogo. So Johnny. Maybe Johnny is I used to say that because it's part of our role. The first thing I say about him is the most international guy we have here with us, because he started his career as a manager of beach soccer, so he knows all the world. I met him when I was in Dubai, so in 2012, and we have a big challenge when Carlos invited him to be our analyst in Sheffield Wednesday, and since that, when I went to Portugal, to Benfica, he comes with me, and now he stays with me since that day. Diogo, we work together, so maybe Johnny spend more time link with our department, scout department, against the opponents. As you see, we have all the information of Liverpool. We have the faces over there. We have all the information. We try to guess what these guys, the way they play, and to try to prepare us the best way, to prepare the best strategy for the game. And Diogo, he helped John in that, and also he do our analysis about our game. So after the game, he starts to work about our game, the good things, the bad things, the things that we need to improve. So we do the actions, a little resume for us to watch and analyze. So after the game, he starts to do that. After it's Carlos, one more assistant. He have a long past also in England, in the Championship and Premier League. So we work with Caranca, And when I come and I have this challenge to come, I invite him. Also, I met him in Dubai in 2012. After in that moment, he comes to England to work with Karanka. And most of the things is he do the analysis of the training with Alex. And one of the things is he work with most of the time in the training with us, and is responsible for the work we are doing in the defensive line. So every time what happened with the defenders, how they need to move, how they need to work, it's his role. And you know Tony. So Tony, I met him when I was in Swansea with Carlos. It's I think it fits like a glove in us. It was we don't pay too much for him to come. It was, but it fits. Since the first day when I was there, and I enjoyed to work with him. So it was 4 or 5 months with him, very good. And I see the way he work with Fabianski. I have this idea, and I share with Johnny over there. Maybe one day, if I have a big chance to come here, to come to the Premier League, my first name will be to Tony to work with us, because he do a fantastic job with the goalkeepers. You can see what Jose did all season. So credit for Jose, but also credit for him, because I never saw anyone works like him. He have his own philosophy, and like I said, it fits like a glove the way we work. And also him with Carlos are the responsible guys for the job we did all season in the set pieces. The way we defend and the way we create chances to score goals. Credit for them, because they work hard and over that. So we are here, seven guys, and to be honest, each one have a link with the other departments of the club. So I think it was I think that's the way I like to work. I like to work with freedom. Anyone have know their job, their role, and after they link with every department. So everyone links with the department, and all the departments of the clubs are important for us to be here. We have all the information. After, it's more easy for us. What we have to do, we spend a lot of time, a lot of hours to analyze everything. After our job, it's more easy to prepare the trainings the next day, to prepare the team, to prepare the strategy for try to win the next game.
We see the players out on the training ground and doing their work. How much work goes on here? What hours do the coaching staff put in, aside from what goes on the pitch?
No, we spend a lot of time here, so it's many hours. Sometimes because what you saw over there is like the product of our work here, and you know, especially this competition, it's so hard, and that we cannot waste time or energy of the players. So when you come and when that moment comes that we don't have too many days between the games, we need to be specific. Hey guys, this is the most important thing that we need to do it for the next game. This is the little things for the strategy. So that's why it's so important also the pre-season, because it's at the time when you have the players to try to explain everything, our ideas, and it was a massive experience. We start, as you know, if you remember, we just have 2 weeks with all the players, and we start the season, and with games, and try to change a little bit the way we play. That's why I'm so happy the way we work with the players, and I'm so happy the players receive our ideas, because they work hard in the training and they work hard in the meeting room. There's a space that when I come, I talk with Jeff and Scott, and we need to build a room and a comfortable space for the players. Watch this, a good example. So to prepare the next game, and to also to watch ourselves the way we are playing, and every time to see the little things that we need to improve.
Was communicating your idea to the players one of the most important things early on? Was that the hardest bit when you talked about having just the 2 weeks to work to get what you wanted for the start of the season? Was that the big challenge?
Yeah, because it takes time. It's not just like that. Even when they understand, but after they need to training. and they need to leave, and then they need to go to games with ideas. And after, what's the most important thing is not just me to say, but it's the way the players receive the message, and if they believe, and with the results, they believe more. If they believe more, the next time I will say to them, they will believe more. And we are building the things like that, and we take. I used to say, and you know, we talked before during the season. We come here in the first year. We don't want to cut with the past. We want to make an evolution for what the work Nuno did for the last 4 years.
Well, let's go outside and chat a bit
Let's
more
go,
about that. Thanks,
of course.
Bruno. How much of the training session is in English and Portuguese? Do you flick between the two? Is it good to do that, to be able to do that?
I prefer to talk in English, of course, to everyone understand. But if I go to a specific player and if it's more easy for us to understand, I can talk in Portuguese. Imagine when I talk with the midfielders, and I don't know how, but Leander, he understands very well. So every time I said, "Do you mind if I speak in Portuguese?" No. So it's clear for him. So if I speak with the midfielders, I can talk in Portuguese because Leander understands everything.
Okay, brilliant.
With him, I talk in Korean because he understands what I'm saying. So.
Hi, Huang, you well?
Yeah, it's a good professional. You're still here, recover. So I'm very happy with him. I'm very happy with him. Brilliant. And he offered me cookies last week, so I'm more than happy
Even
with
better.
him.
So tell me, Conor Cody, does he not pick up any Portuguese yet?
No, we understand it, and you know what you can learn first. All the boys know the bad words, so so it's amazing. And we are talking about. I said that more than one time. I think Cody is one impressive guy, and one of the best people I know in football. He's a massive player and captain. Every time is ready and fit, and is a good example for the younger ones. So one of the good things that we can feel here, and I feel that since the first day, that the environment of the players. So we have good players, but also good men. They have a good relationship between them, and it was very easy for me to work with all them during the season.
One of the questions we were asked most often is about the style that you have brought here. What is it, and how do you feel you've got it onto these players yet, or do you feel you're still some way short of achieving that?
I think we are in the middle. So we start with the same system, try to play a little different, especially from the back end. One of the most important things that the players know that, and maybe the fans can understand more after one year, that we don't try to just play with the ball. We try to, the way we want to control the game with the ball, it's a way to protect ourselves, to don't spend too many time staying just in front of the box defending. Right. So sometimes, because when you look for our profile of players, we don't have tall guys to be to defending crosses. We don't have, we cannot stay high in the pitch, because after we give some spaces in the back end is dangerous for us. So we need to find a way that spend more time with the ball. And I think part of the season we did that. Some games are very hard to do that. When the opponent comes with more aggressive and to press a little bit more high, we have some games that we feel we are uncomfortable in that position. But the main point is that after 1 year of work, and when you look for the season, I think until the end of March, we were there. And unfortunately for us, and that's the only thing we can't complain about, because every time January it was, December and January it was very hard, because we don't have too many players. And even I remember there was one game we just have 9 players, and we bring Totti to help us, and we solve the problem. But in the last month, April and May, without Saiz, Max, Semedo, Ruben, Daniel, it was hard for us. Yeah. And these 2 months give me the thing that how important is training, because these guys who were training more with us, 8 months with training, they understand better our ideas. That's the point. And the other point is how good the work of these guys did, because now it's a hard moment for us, because we were there, we are nearly there, and we miss our chance. But was the same players and the same staff and the same club who put the club to fight for their goals, right? So we felt that we can go, we're nearly there, but when you look for what we did all season, I think we are watching a good season, the way we play some games.
Absolutely, and I think every fan will look at the final table and see it as higher than they may have thought it would be if they go back to August. It sounds like from what you're saying, one of your great strengths has been the adaptability of your role, in that you've looked at the players you've had and you've found a way of adapting the players to performing at an elite level. In terms of recruitment, what profile of player would you need to go forward to get more of what you want?
I think it's an interesting question, because that's the point of every manager, and that is to try to find a way to play, to show our strengths, and hide our weakness. That's why it's so important when the people, because the people confuse a little bit. They are there with the ball, but we need to have results. If not, if you lose the ball in 2-3 passes, after we are defending more time, and if you are defending more time, if you are near the box, and when you play against these top teams, they can create a chance for anywhere, and they can score a goal. So that's one thing. After our first transfer window, it was clear that what was the group to work of players. We work all season with 14, 15 players, because we have important players like Neto, Bonri, and so we work 14, 15 players during the season, and we try to find a way to do that, to play to show our strengths and to hide a little bit our weakness. I think after 1 year it's more clear for me what we can do, what is the next step. And the next step will going to be very hard, and because, as you know, some of the players are in the end of contract and they may leave the club. Some of the players, the club, I try to find the best agreement to renew the contract. And we need, so if the players go, we need the same quality of players to replace, and we need, in my opinion, more 2 or 3 players, because if happen next season what happened in these 2 months, and after we don't have players to manage the squad to remain, to stay in the same level. So that's the target for our next window.
Is it going to be a different type of player you're looking at then, or just replacing like for like? Say, for example, Ruben Neves goes. Do you just get as close to Ruben Neves as you possibly can, or are you looking for a different type of player? And the same with maybe the centre halves?
Yeah. The reality of that is it's not just to replace by replace. It's to, okay, if you sell, that's another thing. One thing is if the player don't find agreement, or if the player finishes contract. But if you sell, it means that we have a budget to fill, so to go for more players. So if you need to sell 1 or 2 to bring the 5 or 6 we need to go forward, and we need also to understand the profile of the players, if they fit what we want for take this team for the next level.
So will the next level, or the next season, say, for argument's sake, will we see Wolves playing the same as they did this season, or will we see something different? Is there something you want to bring into their game?
I don't. What I want is to and I think we show this in the games, that we know we need to have our identity.
Yeah.
And every time we change a little bit. And look, when I come, I have that idea to, okay, let's start with this system and try to see what we can do with the system, the way we want to play. And after the different game to games, the different strategies, and because we have the midfielders, they can do a lot of things, Ruben, João, and also Leander. That's some games we play with 3 and we don't change too much. So what I want is to have, that's why it's going to be very important. And look, to be honest, I'm very excited for the next months, because they're going to be very important to define where we want to go. So the main point now is to build the squad that after give us solutions for everything we want.
Yeah.
So, but we have our identity, but after game by game, different solutions, different problems, different dynamics, and also different moments of the season. As you know, the season is long,
Yeah.
and we need a squad with balance, quality. Of course, Wolves cannot have the 21 top players, but I think we can have a solid 11, 13, 14 good players with experience in the Premier League, and also to have chances to open for kids like Totti or Yerson or Chiquinho, and kids like Luke from the first team. So that's the mix of these 3 things that we need to build the next team.
Do you think it will have greater flexibility, the next team? Do you think it will be more in a sense that you can do different things with it than you can at the moment?
Look, every time is about that, strength and weakness, right? So it's to be clear. That's why if we miss an important player, when we look for other players, let's try to see if they give us. Imagine if you miss one player, okay, let's see the next one, try to be a little bit more taller after we don't have problems for us when you have when we go for the set pieces and we need to defend teams. They are very strong in the set pieces. As you know, imagine one game, if I start with Daniel, Fabio and Wang,
Yeah.
it's 3 guys. After João, Ryan and Johnny, 5 guys. And after I don't have tall guys in the box to defend the set pieces. So this is the kind of things, or maybe we need to improve a little bit our defensive transition, guys with more aggressive. Okay, let's see if we can find these little details that after is important for us to upgrade the team.
Yeah, I think supporters will be really fascinated to learn that and learn at those sort of areas where you feel you need to sort of maybe, I guess adaptability could be one word, but also just giving you more options in a sense, isn't it? I mean, are you comfortable that going into next season you will have more options than you have now?
Of course. Look, and that's why behind the scenes this job have little things that it's so hard to understand when the people don't live it. And one of them, especially here in the Premier League, it's before the games and during the games, the profile of the players we have. After sometimes the decisions is about some situations, even during the game, how can we change this play for that? And after we have a corner and we have a big problem because we just have 3 or 3 guys over there to defending the one corner and one free kick. And you know that how many games you can win with one corner and one free kick. So everything we need to put everything in the same place and after to take the best decisions. But I'm excited for that. It's gonna not be easy, but we will try to do our best. And I think I have a good plan in my mind to come from a second season to create a good squad that give us more consistency. That the little things that we did in the first day and the fans, I think they will be also exciting for that because look. What's the main point of our work? We are working for the fans. We know now in these days the more the football are a little bit different. It's more like industry and some like our clubs. We have a owner and we need to understand also the policy of the club. But in the end, what is the point? The point is the fans. We are working for the fans, and to be honest, these fans, they were there since the first day, and this is a massive club. I can see this kind of thing. This is my opinion. I can see that the clubs can be big in two situations, or they conquer trophies, right? What clubs conquer trophies, or you can see the clubs by the fans, and that means a lot, because everywhere I go, I can see the support of the fans. On the way games, it was a big surprise for me, and to be honest, we did the record. I don't know exactly. It's 8 or 9 victories away. 9 victories away.
Yeah.
And every time we feel that we're playing at home, when we went to hotels, we see people from anywhere around the world. I come from USA. I come from France just to watch Wolves. Even today, I receive letters from China, from USA, so everywhere. So it means that this club is massive because of the fans, and the fans were there since the first day to support us doing what we did this year.
Are you learning many of the songs? Have you got a favourite song from the fans yet?
I know when it's good for me when they come the Raul song. It means that we score a goal, right? And Ruben Neves now is the most important thing. We got Ruben. So
Yeah.
let's see if we got Ruben or not.
Very good.
But no, it's about that. That's why for me, the way I'm talking, I'm feeling that emotion, because football for me is emotion. Sometimes it's so hard for me over there, be in the line. That was so hard for me. Don't watch the last 2 games, and I didn't live that last moment when Cody scored the goal against Chelsea. So because football is about emotion, and we need to. The first thing we need to have is a football attractive moment, that we lose the ball, we try to react. We don't have the ball, we try to press. When you have the ball, good dynamics can pass between the players, and give the emotion from the fans, and the fans will give us emotion for us, and they give us the support. Because look, we finished 1 game. When everything is good, we won. Like, we have great nights at the Molineux, against Everton, Newcastle. Good games, even when we don't win, and we play well. The fans were there to support. We have great afternoons when we play away with Tottenham, with Man United, the nice game with Everton also. And when everything is good, everything is good. But when we don't play well, and when we don't perform well, even there the fans are there. Okay, there's one day they are not there. But this is like the relationship. What happened? The one day, because the emotion are there, they think we are a disgrace. The next day, everything comes to normal, and after another day, the love comes again, and they come again to support us. And we need to understand. That's why it's so important for us to understand what the meaning of the club for the people of the city. And we know that. That's one thing that the people identify with us. I walk in the street, and the people identify with us, that we are trying to do to put the club and the city on the map. So they are very happy with that. I feel that.
Bruno, one of the successes of the season in terms of players was Max Kilman. I think the way you brought him on and the way you improved his game is something the supporters have been really happy with. And they like seeing young players come through. Are there any more, do you feel, realistically, from the academy setup, from the youth setup, that you can see coming into the team soon?
First, talk a little bit about Max, because he did a fantastic job during the season. And I think we talked about this before. There's one period it was hard for him, but also, and one more time, when I'm talking here and now, the people will understand better what happened in that moment. And we need also to, that's why every decision comes to a place, and after, in the end, we need to take the best decision for us. It was very comfortable for Max since the first day to work with us, and I see in him a good will, right, to learn everything. He started very well the season, and after 5-6 months with good performance, that comes a moment when periods of games, I think between February and March, when we play Saturday, Tuesday. It was hard period for them, hard games to play. A lot of talk in the press about his possibility to get a call to go to national team, and a young player from a moment to another have everything talking about him, and we feel a little bit the way he performed, it wasn't so good. And there's one day, and the people in that moment, I feel it. Oh, first moment, it take him out of the team. Nothing. Now the people understand. But in that moment, I tried to protect him. So one game I'm out. I think comes Bongi. Bongi did a good game. It was Max understand what we did with him, out of the spotlight 3 or 4 days, and after he come again, and he did a fantastic performance against Everton, I think. So that's the things. What is good in this situation, that next time can happen with another player. They are not in the good way out. There's another moment, there's one guy can come inside and play 2 or 3 games, and after he recover energy, maybe take a little bit the pressure of his shoulders, he come with more ambition, and after the things comes naturally. And the other thing is for Max, for sure, because I think he's gonna have a great career. That's what I want for him. The next time the same thing happened with him, he have the experience that happened before. So that's why the people used to say, we don't lose, we win, we won experience. That's the thing. Next time we will understand the moment, because you already have the experience what happened in 2 months ago.
So is it realistic from that to expect more players to make the setup? What you've done with Max has been very careful, but can you realistically expect that, or should supporters not think so?
I hope so. I think maybe Max is what we did this season, maybe start 2 or 3 years ago with Nuno when they played 2 or 3 games. Maybe it's what we did with Luke this season, and maybe in 2 or 3 years he can do the same thing with Luke that we did with Max. And when we talk about the staff, Carlos and Luis are the guys who work more with the manager of under 23 team. We have a good relationship because every time we have all the kids with us every day to work, and they were very important first half of the season when we just have 14 players, and they were so important for us in that period. So we know all the players. When you look for the work they did under 18, they went to play for the cup with Man United, and the work that they did in the under 23, so they go on the final of the cup, and now they have the next game to get promoted So we can see they have good job. We can see they have good talents. Maybe Luke and maybe Cem are the guys who can have, or are more near this level because they are working more with us, but they have a lot of kids, 18s, with 18, 19, that with time maybe they can do this the same path that Max did. But for that's why, and I know that because I did it before. That's why it's so important. What was important for Max? To play with Cody and Sai's experience. They are there. So in the future, when Luke comes, Max will have 3 years with experience. So that's the kind of things that you just can't get it with experience, but at the same time, you cannot put everyone in the same time, because after in the end we need to win games and for the club to fight for their goals and to continue in the Premier League.
Okay. We have a few questions just related to the matches themselves. So it's what fans are watching from the stands and looking at. 5 substitutions. Are you happy with the move to 5 substitutions next season?
Okay, I think, and we have a moment that during the season, I make, I think, 16 subs from my left and right back. And sometimes I want to change a little bit the game in front, and I don't have that sub. You can see the things in two ways. Maybe the teams with a different squad, they can advances of that. To be honest, I believe in that. But when I was in Benfica, I believe in that because they can change. But you can see the opposite, that for us, they can give us a different solutions to protect us. So you'll be in the middle, but when they ask me my opinion, I have an opinion when I was in Benfica, and I didn't change. The modern football go in that way, and especially, and to be honest, when we are playing 3 in 3 days, it's better to have more time to manage better our players, because look, you look around the world, and we cannot run away from the schedule, right? For the games on TV, we cannot run from that, but you need to find solutions. I don't know if it's just the 5 subs to don't have a lot of injuries, like not just us, especially here in the Premier League, a lot of injuries and bad injuries for players' career. So we need to understand that. And I know that because I was here before, the first time that we have the break in January, and Man City, Liverpool, and West Ham and Leicester did a good career in the European competition. So one thing I think I can believe in that. One thing can come from the spaces between the games.
Another question related to substitutions is the timing of the substitutions you make in matches. Is there a process of thought behind that? Are you naturally reluctant to make too many in-game changes, or do you feel it's important?
I think depending. If you look for what we did all season, the people will say, oh, most of the times the first sub is or to put Leander in the game, or to put one winger, change winger by winger. I think it's depending of the situations. The last game I did one thing that I never did. I take one of the center backs because I feel that after Norwich scored the game, they will stay in the back, try to find the transition, and we take one center back in to try to put one more offensive player. I think every game have their own history, and we go but what we are feeling in that moment.
Can you remember your first training session here, Bruno, and how much of the players changed since then? How much do you feel they've developed?
I remember my first training session because I don't have players in that moment. I think I work with all the kids under 33, and Max, John Roddy, I think.
So you're a bit short-staffed?
Maybe. I think, yeah, maybe. I don't remember if we have another one. No, everyone in the international duty. So, and we want to give 21 days for holidays, because, as you know, they have a long season. Yeah. They have 2 long seasons because they, not the other one, but 2 years ago they went to the quarterfinals, semi-finals of European League. They don't have days off, and after coming, it's so important to finish one season, recover, and after comes with a big energy for the next one. About the players, I think in the general way, it's not. Some of the players improve little things, and some of them, the way we training and the way we work, we push them to play the best level they have. So I think Ruben and João playing the best level they have with us. I think the work we did, the defensive line, especially when we have Cody, Max, and Saiz, was very good. I think Nelson improved a lot. The defensive position, I think it was a big difference between the Nelson the first year and Nelson second year. Ryan improved also. And then that's come just not with the players, it comes with together, because we have our way to work, and that's why it's so important, my staff, our way to work. We take care about the way we play, but also we take care about the way the players can grow up. So we start we start the season with a little chat, not me, but one of my staff with them, and try to, we have our idea how we can help this player to rise to the next level. But we want them to say to us, so Maxi, I want to, for example, when we talk with Max, I want to improve the way I start the game with the ball. So that's one thing with the ball. And defensive position, body position, aerial duels. Okay, so 2 things individual. And after when we come from here, it's good for them to say what they need to, or if when they don't say it, we try to guide them to say that. And after when we come to work, at least they put more a little bit, not responsible, but okay, if you are doing this, because I asked,
For me, yeah,
I asked these guys, I need this, so they come with more ambition to try to improve. So that's some little things that we can improve the players, and they were fantastic in that. In here, it was most of the days I finished the trainings very happy and very solid for the game that we are there and to try to play our game.
That's quite a personal approach, isn't it, to training? If individual needs you can meet within a session.
Because the game goes to that. So Max, they need to learn and they need to understand. That's what I used to say. Why not teach him to play football? We teach him to play as a team in the way we want to play. So the coordination of the movements. That's why, look, one more time I will say, that's why now we can see that. Remember when I can see an example that I saw in the last game. Cody passed to Saiz. Saiz have the ball and he can find Daniel between the lines. That's one thing. The next game, Saiz, Cody passed to Totti, and Pedro, different movements. So the dynamic is not there because it's not about the players are better or no. The profile of the players are different, and they don't spend too much time working together. So if Daniel do one movement and another movement, he want to ball in his feet or in the space. Pedro, movement in a different way. Totti need to understand that. So, and that's why the training is so important for that, for everyone to understand how the team moves, how the team works, how the team think, and also to understand how you move, how you link, especially the fullback and the wingers, or the 3 men in front, or the 2 midfielders. So this is the little things that we need to work as a team, and the individual thing also in the time of training, because João is not a good example, because João won here and he did everything, but a player with 35, right, is different than a player with 20 years old. So you need to recover more, and or need to work so much intensity, but not short and long periods. And you don't need to learn everything. And maybe one player need to learn, or a young player need to learn everything. But João is not a good example, because sometimes it's hard. We need to kick him, go inside, rest, recover, to be,
because he always wants
because
to be
he wants every time he wants to be here.
Yeah. You talked about the meeting room as one of the innovations you'd managed to bring in. You've got the support of Scott and Jeff to get that installed. Are there any other particular things you've done here that have been important to the way you work and have really helped the players?
I think one good thing it was, and to be honest, it was a little bit strange for the grassmen.
Yeah.
Right? It was we use sometimes the 2 pitches at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was strange in the beginning, because they want us to training one day here, one day there, to protect the training, and it takes us a little bit, maybe more than 1 month, for them to understand that sometimes we need.
Why did you do that?
Imagine. One thing that we improve, and we need to continue to improve. If we want to defending higher, right? I need to put my defensive line here, and after I need to protect that space over there. So if I have 4 or 5 guys here, I need bombs over there, where I put the other guys. We need to work in the other pitch. That's just
I see. Yeah.
just example for understand it. But
Yeah.
to be honest, when you have that habit to take care about one pitch, and the other day they take care of us, we're training here, they take care about that, and after we change, and now we comes and they just prepare one pitch, other one knows it. Look, don't worry, we don't everything, the good the bad things for the grass, the warm-ups and the boxes, we do it out of the pitch, and we need every time the both pitch to training. And after that it was amazing. The pitch every time in good conditions, also in the morning, very good to play. So if we play bad sometimes, it's not about the grass. I can't complain about the boots, because in these days it's the colors of the boots make me a lot of confusion. So
Yeah,
I
strange colours.
if they complain about the boots, I agree with them. With the grass, no,
The grass
because
is fine.
it's been amazing since the first day.
Brilliant. Well, the groundsman will be very pleased to hear that. So you've done them a great favour there. Obviously, next season it's going to be hard, because you've set a high standard for where you've put the team in your first season, and we see the development of a club like Newcastle United with huge backing and huge funds. How can you take Wolves forward against the backdrop of other teams improving as well? It's hard. I mean, it's going to be hard.
That's the challenge, and to be honest, that's going to be a big challenge for us. That's why I'm excited, because I want that kind of challenge, and I want that kind of pressure. If you remember, when in the middle of February, I put the pressure for us to try to reach the fourth place. In March, I put the pressure to ourselves to fight for European leagues. And we are finishing, and the pressure now is when you look for the table, and I agree with you. That's why it's an important question for us to understand the moment, because we know the top six. We know the top six are going to be the top six. They can change positions, but every time is there. West Ham, they are doing a fantastic job the last 2 or 3 years, and after comes Wolves, right? Underdogs, and we come for this position. And when you look for the other teams like Leicester, Brighton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Everton, Leeds, so massive clubs, good teams, and they are in the position they will
Invest.
They will invest, and they will come with a lot of energy to try to fight for these places. What you can achieve, try to dream about 5, 6, 7 position. That's why we need to find our way to find the right player, the right person at the right price to continue to play in this way, because I think it's going to be a big challenge next season.
Yeah, supporters obviously are pleased with where Wolves are at now, but some also feel they missed a chance when the door was a bit open. And I guess you might see that point of view.
I have that point of view.
Yeah.
I have that point of view.
And I guess a lot of it is putting that frustration into good use next season, and making sure that you can get the door open again, so there is another chance to walk through it.
No, that's when we are out, and it's common, because I put also my pressure in me and in my players. Even for me, it's easy for the next games. I said maybe I do better than these guys. Me as a manager, I'm saying maybe I do better for these players. But I don't forget that it was that players to put the club to fight for that position. So the balance will be that when you look for when you comes, and this is clear to everyone. If we won the last 3 games, right? Okay, we finished the season that way. But I never look in that way, to be honest. So when I look and when I do the analysis about what we did all season, because in February we were the only club behind the top 6 and West Ham to fight for goals. And now after the other teams finish well, but the only team who can fight a little bit with them, it was us. So we need to think about what we did. But it's not so that what give us to us more responsibility, and I want that pressure. I want that pressure because that the pressure would moves to the next level. So I want that pressure. I want that pressure from me to be here and try to play the same way. Try to play to try to win the next game, because when I look little details that's so important to analyze our team and try to understand the way we need to build the squad. And it's not about the teams, but the teams in the bottom of the league, we drop no, I will say in the different way. We just won 2 points to Norwich, hard team to play against, and we just won 1 point to Bonnet, so 3 points. In 12, we got 9 points over there. And in a way, we have a good record. In away games, we have a good record. So it was the best record in the club in the Premier League. And every time we play away, we feel comfortable. But in some home games, we let the opponents be comfortable at our home. I remember that in the beginning of the season, the way they start the season very well. Brentford, we lose that game and we drop some points that I just said. But like I said, I think every team do the same analysis. We drop points over there, we drop points over there, and maybe you are in the different position. So the main point is that it's clear. We need to be. It's very clear for us that we need in the next months we need to create a solid and a competent squad to fight for the same goals that we fight this season.
It sounds like you've got the energy and the passion to sort of take this job as far as you possibly can and do what you can with it. Is it a place that you are really comfortable working and feel that you can have proper roots here, put down roots in Wolverhampton?
Look, the place, and it's good that we are here because you can feel it. My energy from here, from inside of the rooms is different. The energy comes from here, and if I have players with ambition to continue to grow up, that's when the energy comes. And to be honest, sometimes it's hard for me. It's not complaint, but I need to say that because we have that impact when I was in Benfica, and we have this impact when we are here. We come, the people don't expect too much. With the players we are there, we solve the problem, but the problem's still there. And when we go for the next season, we need to solve the problems. If not, the problems will appear more in front, right? So that's why it's so important to understand very clear what we want for the next season and what type of squad we need to build.
Well, Bruno, thanks for your time.
You're
I really
welcome. It
appreciate
was a big pleasure to receive you guys here.
Good man.